So, a lot of people have been talking trash recently, so it's about time for me to hop onto the chat and clean it up with redstone, of course. Now, in case you've been hiding under a rock in the past 24 hours, which in that case, what were you doing there in the first place? Because Mr. Beast, this guy, and Mark Rober have teamed up again with the YouTube community to help eliminate over 30 million pounds of waste from the oceans before the end of 2021. This, you can probably guess, is no small task and require all of your guys' help in order to make this goal happen. Down below is a link to Team C's website where every dollar you donate, there will be one less pound of waste in the ocean. I will personally be donating $100 myself to do my part in cleaning up the oceans, and even if you can't give much, any little bit helps. This monumental task we cannot do alone, which is why we are asking you guys to help us achieve this monumental goal. Now, while there isn't necessarily a pollution problem in Minecraft, players often leave their junk and trash just laying on the ground that will inevitably end up in our oceans. So today, I'm going to be putting my redstone to the test to try to filter out all the trash carelessly thrown into our ocean. Now, all the trash that makes it into our beautiful ocean has to get there somehow, and the majority of it makes it through the rivers, so that is where we're going to start. So I found this nice little village here, a very wasteful village, and this village has all its sewage feeding into this river right here, and you can see that all the different trash and items are going to make their way straight down this river through this very center or narrow part, which is where I think would be a perfect place to start building this redstone contraption. Alright, so before I can get too much down, I think I first need to clear out a little bit of space right over here. Alright, now that I got a bit of area cleared out, I think right here is where I'm actually going to build this system. So my thoughts are right now is I'm going to have a sticky piston here with a slime block. And now right on top of this is where I would have a hopper minecart. Just come straight down. And now this hopper minecart is basically going to act as a trash bag in this situation. So this hopper minecart or trash bag is just going to come right along the edge of the water, pick up all the trash, and then it'll go to the other side and come back one more time just to pick up any that the first line misses, and it'll go into this defiltration center where it will sort all the trash out to then dispose of the proper way. Now, it was shortly into this design process when I realized the flight paths for hopper minecarts are not super reliable. I thought it originally was my design, so I switched the activation method from a rail to an observer, but pretty soon I realized that that's just the mechanics of Minecraft. Hopper minecarts are not made to fly, so I worked on solving the one factor I could control, the landing. So I wonder if I was to make this a little bit wider, then it wouldn't matter whether it fell on any of these 3 blocks, allowing the hopper minecart to continue on its way. Okay, let's see how this works. So we got our hopper minecart. It's going to go off, make its way up and in there. It comes back down, comes up in, goes around into the system, and then back into the factory. I think it might be working. Now, the real trick here is the reason I wanted to use this system is I could have lots right next to each other. So how fast can I have these go? Can I have 1 and then 2? And it was at this moment when I realized I messed up. I used an observer here, which resulted in every 1 hopper minecart triggering the piston twice, which is not what I wanted, especially in order to make it more efficient. And the activator rail doesn't really help either, because it just cannot detect the hopper minecarts fast enough. So I need to switch a whole new game plan altogether. What if I just made everything run on a clock? So of course, after I did all this testing, I finally realized that the simplest solution was the best solution, which was to have 1 clock that everything runs off of that will let go of the hopper minecarts, go through a fence gate, and that will allow us to control when the hopper minecart enters and exit the system reliably and more accurately. And then I activate it, and you can see, oh, that is looking really cool. Ooh, guys, I think we might be on to a winner here with this launching system. Then I just turn it off, and now we got that problem to deal with. Okay, so instead of having this system right here, I think I'm going to go for a bit more industrial approach just to make sure that no matter how many hopper minecarts come into the system, it can handle it. So I'll have 4 different rows here, and then I'll have it drop down so none of the hopper minecarts can accidentally back up into the river. And once the hopper minecarts enter this 1 wide tube, they'll make their way all the way up to the white silo where we will be storing them until they're ready to go across the river again. So I think we only got a couple more steps left to do. First things first, I can't do a proper test with this sad little pipe here. Bring this tube all the way up. I think about here is the right height. And now I'm just going to be here the next 10 days. So once I filled in all the hopper minecarts and added the final bit of redstone, it was finally time for the test. And well, it can be summarized just like this. So one isn't working, but one is. So yeah, the first test, it didn't go super well, but you know what? That's what the first test is for, and it's time to make some major improvements. Starting with the Hopper Minecart collection, which this, again, I still even underestimated this. I'm just going to take off 2 more blocks, that way whenever the Hopper Minecart falls 3 blocks, it falls perfectly on the back rail, making it a lot more efficient, and you know, the entire system works a lot faster. Okay, well, now that we have a proof of concept here, I just need to clean up my trash and replicate it over there. Easy, right? So I started digging, building, placing rails, placing more rails, and placing even more rails, making a railroad line all the way up from the collection up to the main funnel to make a complete loop until the entire system was complete. Now, test after test, the right side continuously keeps having issues, and I'm beginning to wonder if it is the slime block pushing the redstone block, and for some reason, that is the reason. I'm just gonna switch it out with the redstone line and a couple of repeaters, and hopefully that should fix it. And go, and both sides should work perfectly. And that system ran dry, and that system ran dry. Now, hours into this build, it is beginning to look like that all we might be missing is adding a bunch more Hopper minecarts, so that is what I did. Alright, so this is my final attempt. I am so confident in this working, I even cleaned up every single Hopper minecart back down here, so there's no more trash bags in the ocean. Now, in order to make sure that this would work, I might have made it slightly bigger. So now that we have all the crucial parts of our system set up, we have the one final part that you probably already forgot about, and that is the item unloading. So whenever these Hopper minecarts are flying across the water, they're going to be picking up all the junk items, and you know, those kind of need to be emptied out of the system too, so let's fix that right now. And with a couple chests, that should deal with all our storage and emptying out all the Hopper minecarts from all their junk items and trash they have collected from this river. So now that we have all the storage in place and we have all our Hopper minecarts in this entire system, it is the moment you all have been waiting for, the actual test to see, does this system behind me work? So I'm going to simply start by flicking the lever on, and we can see both sides are both going, all the Hopper minecarts are going. I'm going to start the first and then the second sewer systems. So it's going to be throwing all the trash coming from everywhere into the river. And we can see both these systems are going to start picking up every single bit of trash. And all those items are going to end up into these chests and storage system to help make sure that none of this trash ends up into the ocean. So, but surprisingly, this entire system works. Now, if you think this behind me is crazy, then make sure to check out Team C's website, because we are trying to eliminate more than 30 million pounds of waste from the seas before the end of 2021. If you are able to donate any money at all, every $1 you donate will mean 1 less pound of waste in the seas, which the more amount of waste we can remove from the seas, the better. Anyhow, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.